As we come to a close on this 2015-2016 school year, I'm filled with reflection and excitement about many of the accomplishments and bodies of work that we've undergone this year. We've had a real focus in Spring Branch upon meeting the needs of every child. And as I think about our core values and just the work that we've done as a system, the whole concept of every child just reverberates throughout our community. As I think about our collective greatness, we've had two really tragic examples of collective greatness in our district this year, and they both revolve around fires. In the fall, we had the Gentry House fire, and most recently, we had a fire near Spring Branch Elementary. But in both of those situations, our school district employees, our students, and our community demonstrated the power of collective greatness, demonstrated how we are much stronger when we come together and we do really good work together. We can effectively meet the needs of not only our children, but all members of our community. So wonderful examples of collective greatness came from two very tragic situations that occurred this year in our school district. As I think about collaborative spirit, I'm reminded about many of the organizations that serve filled with spirit the needs of our children and our staff members and our larger community. I think about the Spring Branch Family Development Center, a group of organizations that come together and celebrate opportunities to invest deeply in the families of our community. Spring Spirit Baseball, the organization that again meets the needs of our children and provides after-school enrichment opportunities for those kids, both after school and on weekends. I think about MAM, Memorial Area Ministries, that provides many of the social and emotional needs of our children and our families. They provide services that many of our families could not provide on their own. I think about members of our faith community that provide mentoring services in many of our schools and meet the needs effectively of our children, many of whom come from families of poverty. We are filled with collaborative spirit as an organization, and our community contains many organizations that serve and meet the needs of the children and families within our own community, a strong sense of collaborative spirit. I'm reminded of many of the school visits that I did this year and seeing kids doing incredibly creative activities, watching teachers actively engage students in the learning process. In fact, I'm reminded of one time I walked into a fifth grade classroom and a teacher invited me to sit on the floor and experience a math game with her students. And not only was their curiosity at its limit, but my own curiosity was brought to its limit as well. So thank you, teachers, for providing incredibly challenging and rigorous opportunities for students in Spring Branch ISD and tapping into the limitless curiosity that our students have as they come to school every day. And then we think about moral compass, and I'm reminded of the staying connected visits that I did this year with schools. I visited each of our 46 campuses this year, as well as many of our departments and divisions within the district. And we talked about much of the data that we're generating as a system, but most specifically, we talked about the needs of our students. And I watched the moral compass of our employees click on as you thought about how we could more effectively meet the needs of our children. You learned that we have some children that our district that are struggling today. And as those moral compasses that lie within each of us as Spring Branch ISD employees, as those began to become more and more active, you asked great questions about how you could participate in more effectively meeting the needs of our kids. And lastly, I'm reminded of every child. When I came here a year ago at this time, one of the primary core values that drew me to this system was the core value of every child, a school district that fundamentally believes in meeting the needs of every child. And as I searched for my first superintendency, that's one of the key components of which I was searching. Help me find a place that shares the same vision for children that I do. And this year has validated the fact that in Spring Branch ISD, we are a community of believers. We are a community that truly believe in doing whatever it takes to meet the needs of every child. The best example that we have of that in Spring Branch ISD is the fact that on April 25th, our Board of Trustees made a decision that allowed us to become a district of innovation. We said as an organization that we're willing to do whatever it takes to most effectively meet the needs of every child every day in Spring Branch ISD. As we think about our 5 core values, we realize that we have much for which to be thankful in this school district. As your superintendent, I consider it an honor and a privilege to serve a great school system that is truly focused and committed on the 5 core values, but most importantly, on believing and serving every child.